Hi. I did the introduction 3 times. If you saw the introduction 3 times, let me know, because there's a lag when I start. And I also like the introduction, so I thought you might like it 3 times. So there. Welcome to, I think it's episode 17 of Cocktails with the Artistic Director. It's October 22nd. I think it's still 2020. I'm not quite sure about that. My name is Stephen David Martin, the Raven Players Artistic Director. Thank you for joining me this evening. My lovely wife made me a lovely cocktail. What is this?
It's a lime and tonic.
It's a lime and tonic. So I say to you, cheers. Lime and tonic. Oh, yes, that's good. Very limey, very tonic-y, very limey. Get out doing dialect work there. So, as I said, it's October 22nd, 2020. And if you're watching, if you're planning on watching the debate tonight, why? No, I'll just say that if you're planning on watching the debate tonight, if you're having a cocktail with me, I would encourage you to keep drinking for the next 3 or 4 hours. Okay, I've got a delay here. Okay, so anyway, this is going to be a rather short one tonight, and I'll tell you one thing. This will be, tonight is going to be my penultimate Cocktails with the Artistic Director as a regular series. The next one scheduled for after this evening will be November 5th, which, as you know, is after November 3rd, which, as you know, is our election day. Even though 40 million Americans have voted so far, yay! And I encourage you to vote early and get that ballot in, because you know as well as I do that no matter what the polls say, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tight. So anyway, so my plan is to have one more regularly scheduled Cocktails with the Artistic Director after the election to either celebrate, yay, or commiserate. And that'll be November 5th, as I said. Then after that, I'm just going to do some very special editions of Cocktails with the Artistic Director, like holiday editions and stuff. So, you know, because there'll still be plenty of news to share. And, you know, selfishly, I kind of like these little get-togethers, these virtual get-togethers. So, without further much ado, let's get on with tonight's. It's going to be a short one tonight because I only have a few things to chat with. I think I've hit most of these before. But I did want to touch base with y'all about a few things coming up and reiterate a few things. Oh, and of course, we start with today's birthdays, October 22nd, the great Derek Jacobi, the great Christopher Lloyd, Doc Brown, and Reverend Jim. The great Tony Roberts, you remember him as mainly as Woody Allen's sidekick in some of those great early movies. The fabulous, and of course, so topical due to the vice presidential debate, the fabulous Jeff Goldblum was born on this day. And the wonderful Jesse Tyler Ferguson. If you don't know who Jesse Tyler Ferguson is, he's Mitch on Modern Family and has a long theatrical career. And of course, and I know what you're saying. I can hear you. Saying, what about the fabulous Carl Jansky? Yes, Carl Jansky's birthday was today. And in case you don't remember Carl Jansky, I'll refresh your memory. He was the American physicist and radio engineer who, in August 1931, as we all remember, first discovered radio waves emanating from the Milky Way. Who he also coincidentally later invented the Milky Way candy bar, and he is considered one of the founding figures of radio astronomy, which is also a good name for a band, Radio Astronomy. Not founding figures. Coming up Monday is episode 3 in our 6-part series written by the great Tony Shulo, The Sad Dads Gang, and we're it's going to be on Facebook Live, and we're also this Monday going to try to simulcast it on YouTube Live. So Tom Lukens, our wonderful sound engineer and designer, is the one who's also airing these. So tune in Sunday, not Sunday. Don't tune in Sunday. Tune in Monday at 7 o'clock, Facebook Live, and hopefully YouTube, our Raven's YouTube channel, to hear episode 3. And they're only 10-minute episodes, 10 minutes out of your Monday evening, and they're very pleasant, very amusing, I think. And then there'll be 3 more after that. And I'm told that Mr. Shulo is working on a sequel to The Sad Dads Gang because they have proven quite popular so far, and not just among the cast members. So that's coming up. And then following that, next week from Saturday, which is Halloween, All Hallows Eve, we're going to present the Raven Popalooza. We have 15 Raven players, 15 members of the Raven Players Company, record video stories and poems by Edgar Allan Poe. And you're going to, again, this is another thing that Tom Lukens is going to do for us. He's going to air those on Facebook Live and probably YouTube as well on Halloween evening, Saturday, October 31st.
Strong drink.
That's smooth. Saturday, October 31st. Saturday, October 31st, traditionally Halloween at 7 p.m. So you can enjoy that from the comfort of your own spooky living room. I saw them all. They're really good, and they're pretty creepy. Many of them are very creepy on purpose. So join us. Halloween night, 7 p.m. I shouldn't say this because it's kind of competing with it, but I also need to plug. I've been working with the Nueva Corps at Windsor High School, the Performing Arts Corps, and I guess just Arts Corps. And we've been working on a project called Tales from Carnage Falls. And for those of you who know creepypastas, I know what they were, but I didn't know what they were called. Let me take that off. There. They are, I guess it's popular the last 10 or 12 years through social media that kids and other people across the world would take urban legends and sometimes create their own urban legends and do their own one-person spooky stories based on these urban legends. So the very talented students at Windsor High School in the Nueva program created 10 stories, 10 of their own urban legends, and centered them around a town called Carnage Falls. And so, and like everything else these days, I've been working with them via Zoom. But we're actually going to record the pieces on location at a spooky farm in Forestville. And we're recording Monday and Tuesday, and then we're going to air them Friday and Saturday, the 30th and 31st. That's why I said it kind of competes with us. So if you want to watch it, watch on the 30th, October 30th, and it's called Tales from Carnage Falls. And I believe that's going to be on YouTube, YouTube Live. But if you want to find out more information about that, then go to Windsor High School. I think it's actually nueva.com. Or you can ask me about it, and I'll tell you how to find it. But it's pretty cool. And Tony Shulo was the playwriting mentor, so he helped the students write the stories, and then I directed them. And they're doing a terrific job. It's going to be spooktacular fun, to coin the phrase. So that's coming up. And then right after that, or close on the heels of that, November 12, 13, and 14, we're presenting our second short play. It's not a festival. We're presenting, hopefully this time, 6 short plays in one evening, entitled, under the umbrella title of What the Beep is Going On. And these are plays that I commissioned from 6 writers to write 6 10-minute plays about current social issues, such as income disparities, healthcare, racism, transgender rights, and others. So we have these 6 plays that were written specifically for the Raven, and we're going to live stream those on Showtix4U. Look at that, showtix4u.com. And the event is not up yet, so you can't go and buy tickets yet. But that's going to be live streamed on November 12, 13, and 14, 7:30 at showtix4u.com. And I promise that event will be up in the next few days, so you can get your tickets early, because I think it's going to be pretty cool, pretty interesting. Very, very interesting scripts, very cool scripts. So that's coming up November 12, 13, 14. I talked about Popalooza. I talked about that. And then Tales from Carnage Falls. And then, as I think I mentioned on our last cocktails, we are getting camera equipment and recording studio equipment so we can basically turn the Raven Theater into a broadcast studio. Because, as I've said before ad nauseum on this, part of our model from now on is going to be at least 1 performance every run. When we are able to bring people back into the theater, will be a live streamed performance. And I mean live stream, so it'll be live, going straight into your living room as these words are being spoken. And we're going to christen our new equipment with It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. So we're going to do that live stream, and it will not be recorded. It'll be done live those evenings on December 17th, 18th, and 19th, using our new 3-camera setup that Dan Spears and Tom Lukens have been working so hard the last few weeks to get us set up. Speaking of which, if you'd like to, or you know somebody who would like to help us out with this, The Raven currently has a GoFundMe campaign called Moving Forward 2020, and we're raising money not only for this, not only to pay for this great equipment, but also for $20,000 worth of upgrades that the fire department said we had to have for the theater. So that's so if you want to donate for that, just go to our Facebook page, and Katie has that posted there, our Instagram, and we have that posted there. It's got a link that you can go straight to the GoFundMe page. I would give you the link to the GoFundMe page itself, but it's a very complicated link. So you can either go to GoFundMe and search for Raven Performing Arts Theater or Moving Forward 2020, or go to our Facebook or Instagram page and find the link there. But if you want to donate to that, or you know somebody wants to help us out, because as you know, the last 6 months, what's our income been? Zilch, nada. So the money's got to come from somewhere, and it's got to come from people helping us out to make sure that we continue to be able to do theater in the future. And I was talking to somebody the other day about this, that this is our chance. It's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity to reimagine how we tell stories. And people have done that, since the beginning of time, imagining how we told stories. It would be like, resisting the invention of movies or television or radio and say, no, we must sit around a campfire and we must tell stories to 3 people at a time. That's the only way we can do it. And we can't, we're not going to be able to be in person with a full theater. God knows when we're going to be able to do that again. It's going to be a while. And even when we do reopen, we're going to have to reopen at probably 25% capacity. So it's going to be a long time before we're able to actually gather, a mass amount of people in one space. So this will be part of our storytelling toolkit for the future, live streaming and figuring out how to make that work, not just filming a play or not just recording a play, but to make that medium work for us. Medium work for us large. Oh, and then following that, of course, will be Woody Guthrie's American Song, which we have rescheduled to open in January. I think it's January 24th or something like that, but late January to mid-February. And I think the idea right now is we'll try to do a full run of that show, 10 performances, and I would almost guaranteed, probably all of them are going to be live streamed. I don't know that we're even going to be able to have people back in the theater at that time. But if we are, great, fantastic. And if we're not, we'll still be live streaming. So those 2 are on the books and coming up for sure. The rest of the season, we're holding our breath and hoping that we'll make it work. And we'll know a lot after we do It's a Wonderful Life and make sure that we understand how the equipment works and how we can make it work for us. So my hope is, knock wood, that we can still we will do It's a Wonderful Life and Woody Guthrie. And then my hope is, of course, that we'll be able to do the Book of Will and, what's that ABBA thing? Fernando? No, that's not it. Knowing Me, Knowing You. Oh, it's Mamma Mia. I'm still hoping that we're going to be able to do that in the theater sometime soon before we all die. So that's that. That's my update, y'all. I'm gonna take another little sip here. Have I gotten any questions that you've seen?
I've seen hello.
Hello, we got a lot of questions. Okay, we got a lot of hellos, a lot of questions. No questions though, so thanks. If you got a question, I'm only going to be talking for another couple of minutes. I know, hard to believe. Oh, the other thing, I know what I wanted to tell you. So the Raven, the museum, I guess it was, do you know who did the Scarecrow thing?
It was a fundraiser for a gardening.
So it was a fundraiser for a gardening thing, my wife says, but then in Healdsburg, and we saw them, the scarecrows in front of the Healdsburg Museum, and you could purchase these scarecrows, and then the money would go to a local, I don't know what the organization is, but a gardening place, farming, small farm or something. Anyway, so the Raven bought one, and it's a great scarecrow. It's a woman suffragette, and so we got permission to put it up on the plaza, and it's there now, even as we speak. So if you're around town, go down and take a selfie with a lovely woman suffragette on the plaza. And that one was created by the AAUW. And it's really cool. It's a very cool scarecrow. So having said that, y'all, if you didn't, I'll tell you what. One of the most inspiring things. Wait a second. One of the most inspiring things. There we go. Sorry. That I've seen, that my lovely wife and I got to see yesterday was Barack Obama. Obama. Sorry. Just got very wistful there. If you didn't see it, he did a speech in Philadelphia, the cradle of freedom in America, yesterday. It was, well, there are many things, right? You're watching it thinking, oh, so here's a leader who can actually put a sentence together. And here's a leader who makes sense. And here's somebody who actually uses his head. And here's somebody who is compassionate. And you realize, I mean, I knew intellectually, but I don't know if I realized it on as much of a gut level as I did yesterday, what a deep, dark void this last 4 years has been. And it was amazing to hear somebody articulate everything you've been thinking and everything you've been feeling and every fear you have, and do it as only he can do. And I got to say, and Christy and I were talking about it, is I've never seen that man as fired up as he was yesterday. And he looked 10 years younger. And I tell you what, if you watch that, go look it up. You can find it. It was, I think it's about a half hour long. It was a speech he just gave it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It was yesterday in Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh.
So, it's in Pittsburgh? I thought it was in Philadelphia. Okay.
Oh, okay, it's Philadelphia.
It's Philadelphia. And do yourself a favor. I would watch instead of the debates, but if you have to watch if you absolutely positively have to watch the debate, first of all, make sure you got this. And then second of all, watch that afterwards, because that'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel good about our country. It'll make you feel good about what leadership can be. It'll make you feel good about what a president should be. It'll make you feel good that there are people like that out there, who still think that way and still actually care about public service and the public part of public service, not self-service, public service. But do yourself a favor, because if you can't watch that without, I think, feeling just really inspired and of course tearful as you realize what we've had to endure the last 4 years. And of course, it doubles down on why this next couple of weeks is so important. So I'm going to leave you with that idea. He said many, many, many wonderful things in that. One of the best things I thought he said was, with Joe and Kamala at the helm, you're not going to have to think about the crazy things they say every day. That's worth a lot. You're not going to have to argue about them every day. It just won't be so exhausting. And I thought, man, that is true, because I don't know about you guys, but I am exhausted. But the other thing I want to leave you with is this, and he's dead right about this. It's like it's going to take, as well as I do, that they're out there working to suppress votes. And, the Republicans in this very state have set up bogus ballot boxes, and the courts just ruled, that's fine. That'd be fine. That's fine. So, it's going to be a struggle. I don't care, if Biden and Harris are up 30 points, it's going to be a struggle. Mark my words. So I'm going to leave you with this. He said, Mr. Obama, President Obama, Beijing Berry, I don't care about the polls. There were a whole bunch of polls last time. Didn't work out because a whole bunch of folks stayed at home and got lazy and complacent. Not this time, not this election. So I know you guys to whom I'm speaking this evening are not the lazy and complacent ones, but you probably know somebody who may be lazy or complacent or leaning towards lazy and complacent. So I'd say kick him in the ass. Get him out to vote. As I said, it's my last one until after the election, and then I'm going to go on hiatus until some very special cocktails with the artistic director. Join us Monday on Facebook Live and YouTube for the Sad Dads Gang, episode 3. Join us Halloween at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live and probably YouTube Live for Raven Poe Palooza. Join us in November 12, 13, 14 for What the is Going On. And of course, then coming up after that, It's a Wonderful Life and Woody Guthrie's American Song. Thank you for joining me this evening, everyone, and have a pleasant rest of your evening. And I will see you virtually very, very soon, I hope. Oh, we're going to do my outro now.